thank you all for coming. I'm Joel Van Haaften. I'm the director here at the Rock County Historical Society, and we have a little bit of Pickard kind of everywhere, you know, just a little bit, right? You know, it's just a little bit. So, but we've had this great exhibit. We've been having a lot of people come in. This exhibit is called Pickard China, an American company with local roots. And I would like to point out that we could not have done this without the help of the Pickard China Collectors Club. This was a club, basically, of individuals who have collected Pickard China over the years. And they actually came to me and they said, we'd like to put on an exhibit. And so far, I think you've seen most of it, and come back a second time, because you'll probably miss something. Now, we have 3 of the students here, is that right? Just 3? Okay, great. I'd like to point out that when the Pickard Collectors Club came to me, they said, we'd like to do this competition, and we'd like to do it for the entire Rock County. Wow, that's a lot. So, you know, this is kind of trickle-down methodology where we're sending out information to the administrators, we're hoping that the teachers get that information, and we're hoping that they pass it on down to their students. And I'm so glad that we had the reaction from some of the art instructors and from some of the teachers. We came up with this idea for someone in Rock County who was a student, and we broke it up by age group: 4th and 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th, 9th and 10th, and 11th and 12th. Anyone care to guess where we had most of our submissions come from? Which age group?
4th and 5th.
Yes. Thank goodness. Way to go, art teachers on the 4th and 5th level. So we had 90 submissions, around 90 submissions. Is that about right? Yeah. We chose 4. We had a committee that came together and we chose 4, and then we sent on these 4 designs to professional China painters, and it was kind of challenging, and maybe as we talk afterwards we can kind of point some of that stuff out. At the front of the museum there are some pictures that show the process of how the plates were being designed. So you can take a look at those at the front of the museum center. We did not have any submissions from the, is it 11? No, from the 9th and 10th grade. So we decided, oh, we had all these submissions from the 4th and 5th graders. Let's pick 2, which we did. We picked 1 4th grader and 1 5th grader for their submission. And this is kind of a fun project because maybe someday one of these kids will grow up to be a professional designer. I don't know. You thinking about it? Yeah. Yeah? You got your portfolio ready? Yeah. So that's kind of a neat thing, you know. And is anyone getting really anxious? Do you want me to flip these plates over, you know? So we had some great artwork. And on some of them, we asked the kids to explain why, the description of the design, explain why they designed this. And some of them were really cute, and some of them were straight to the point. And so Kylie said, my design has good shading and lots of colors. It's asymmetrical. It's a symmetrical floral design. And so there were others that said, I did a Chevy truck because I think Chevys are great. That's the one I remember. And let's see, Bethany Oren, she said in her description, I wanted to because I like flowers and I thought they looked good together. And so let's read off all the descriptions because they are kind of fun to read. Because it would look beautiful on a plate is why Darcy designed this one. See, you should have thought long and hard about what you wrote down on that thing, you know, because I'm putting you under the pressure right now. My grandma inspired me because she loves antiques and loves Pickard China. And that was from Leah. So right here we've got, it's Kylie Burdick or Kaylee? Kylie. Kylie, do you want to come on up? We'll get a picture with you and your plate, and we'll present it, and then we'll put it here, and you don't get to take them home. Today. We're going to have them up on display until the end of April when the museum closes. So you'll have plenty of opportunities when your distant relative, if they want to stop by and see their granddaughter's famous Pickard China plate on display at a museum, they can do that. Okay. So Kylie's, what was the name of it? Do you remember? Flower Garden. And this was hand painted by Lily Harkness, one of our painters. Are you ready? Are you getting excited?
Wow.
Some people want to take pictures. I know moms and dads are going to want to take pictures. You want to hold it? Don't drop it. They're still taking pictures. So.
How long did it take you to make your drawing?
About an hour.
An hour? Very nicely done.
Very nicely done.
Do you want to set it back, or are you done? You think everyone's done with pictures? Thank you. Do you want to say anything else, Kylie? You sure? You sure? Because I'm feeling awful alone up here right now. Okay. And I guess we'll do this later. But Kylie, the artist also, Lily Harkness, wrote you a little note that you can read later on, okay? Okay. Okay, moving on. This was Bethany Oren's. Is anyone here represent Bethany Oren, a family member, mom, dad, teacher? Okay. Bethany must have been busy today. Bethany was from, oh, and I forgot to mention, Kylie was from Adams Elementary. And Mrs. Zadrali, where is she? Do you want to stand up? Do you want to say anything? Okay.
Just say thank you for opening it up to the students. I think it was a really great opportunity.
Bethany Oren, she's from Edgerton Elementary, and as I pointed out earlier, she wanted to paint this because she liked flowers and she thought they looked good together. This is her design, and now, would you buy that in a store? Would you buy that in a store? I would. You know, that's really cool. So, okay. Darcy Lilla, where are you? Okay. So, you're from St. Mary's School. Do you want to say anything about your plate? You want to come on up here? Come on up here. Mom, Dad's got to take pictures, you know. Everyone ready? Oh, I guess I'll put it up later. You want to hold it? You got it? Now, do you want to tell me about this plate?
No, not really.
Well,
Did it take you a long time?
did it take you a long time to do it?
Yeah, to color it especially.
And Lily said it took her about, I think she said 15 hours.
15 hours, and
And
were
that
there,
was done in stages because of the firings. There were about 5 or 6 firings.
oh really, 5 or 6 firings. And so if anyone doesn't realize this, because you're new to Pickard China has to go through so many different firings in a kiln, especially if you are trying to get the effects that you would see up here. Obviously, the earlier stuff is going to have a lot more firings on it than the stuff that they do today. Yep. And what's the flower in the middle?
Just an orange flower.
All right. Do you want me to take it back? Okay, I'll put it on display.
What was yours called?
And it was called Power Flower Kaleidoscope. It is kind of like a kaleidoscope, isn't it? Okay. And this is Lily's, right?
Yes.
So yeah, she also wrote you a little note thanking you for the design, okay? And our last one is Leah Erstad. She's from Craig High School. And did you have an art teacher associated with this, or how did you hear about it?
My grandma told me about it, but
Grandma
my art
told
teacher
you.
came in later and was talking about it.
Okay. Okay, we may have another student arriving here shortly. Well, do you want to come on up and take some pictures with it? Yeah, I know. So, this is what it looks like. Do you want to hold it?
Sure.
That's really pretty.
You want it?
Sure. And how many hours did it take you?
I did it over like 3 days, so.
3 days.
This is very unique because it has both color and it has a very unique dark design at the same time.
I didn't want it to be like too overwhelming because it is like a plate, and when you're eating your food, you don't want to be like too distracted by it. So I like to eat my food and not be too distracted.
Depends on who's doing the cooking.
That's true. If it's my cooking, then I like it more
Yep.
distracted.
We'll get Bethany up here. She arrived late. And just act surprised, okay? Because I've already showed it to you. Yeah. I think that the students did an amazing job, and you will get a chance to look at every single design that is at the front of the museum center. We did tape those up, so feel free to look at those. Do you want to sit down? Do you want to come up here? How about you stand right there? We put everyone under the pressure so far. You're Bethany, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm Joel. Good to meet you. Well, Bethany, they're all going to act surprised, but the truth of the matter is we weren't sure if you were coming, so we did show them your plate, and they oohed and they awed already. And we're going to give them another opportunity, so make it louder this time, okay? You want to hold it? You can orient it any way you want. And people will be taking pictures, so you got to smile.
And what's the name of that design again?
That was, did you name it? Was it Circle of Flowers or? I'm not sure she did, but you can name it anything you want, okay? You know. And your teacher is?
Mrs. Baker.
Okay. And did she make you do this? You wanted to do this, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Why did you want to do this?
Just an opportunity to try something different.
Okay. So it was an opportunity to try something new, right? Okay. And do you think you'd like to do this later on, maybe as a career? It's something to think about, isn't it? Do you have anything you want to say about your design? Do you want to hand the plate back to me so you can sit down and relax? Is Cheryl Baker here?
No, she's not. She's on spring break, so she's out of town.
Are there any other teachers from the school here? Okay. Who? Is Darcy's teacher here? You want to say hello, hi or anything like that? Did the kids enjoy doing the project? Okay, all right. Well, we're going to have all of these down here for anyone to come up and take a closer look or take a very close snapshot. As I mentioned, they are going to be on display here in the Museum Center until April 29th when we take down the exhibit. So we encourage you all to bring in as many people, drag in as many people off the street as you can. This is a free exhibit, totally free. It has been supported through various sources, including some from the Pickard Collectors Club and the Pickard Collectors Club members. So it's just been a wonderful exhibit for us to work on. And you had fun, didn't you? Okay. And how many hours did it take you to do that? Don't remember? You can sit down. Okay. Does anyone from the Pickard group want to come up and present some of the presents? Okay.
You're going to go on camera.
Well, the club is giving you each of the winners a Pickard plate from the early 1900s. Oh. And so we'll hand those out. Kylie.
And so, who are you?
And I am Susan Speth of the Pickard Collectors Club and the newsletter editor. And so here is this plate. And we also have another gift of a book about Pickard China and a plate stand and a bookmark. You're welcome. And then we have one for Bethany. You are. And so there's your early 1900s plate, a Pickard plate, and your gift packet there with a book and a bookmark. Thank you. Plate stand.
Well, I'll just get that later.
Oh, okay. And then we have Darcy's. There you go. And book. And Leah. There you go. Thank you. I'm so glad you all participated.
Thank you so
I hope
much.
you enjoyed it.
Does anyone have any questions on the exhibit or anything that's happening? Okay, we do have refreshments in the back. Feel free to grab a refreshment, take a look at the exhibit, interact with the kids, and try to put your thumb down and try to get some answers out of them. I didn't do a very good job at that, so thank you.